In this session, we are going to discuss about navigation between two views in a Web Dynpro application. Okay, navigation between views, Unit 6 as per our course content. Okay, so let us discuss about the navigation between two views within a Web Dynpro application. To achieve the navigation between views, we have plugs available in Web Dynpro ABAP plug concept. So what are these plugs? Okay, plugs are here for every view. You can create inbound plug and outbound plug. Okay, so using these inbound plug and outbound plug, views are linked, and then based on the link between views, by firing the outbound plug, you can achieve the navigation from one view to the another view. Okay, it is very often happens in real time environment that in a single WebDynpro application you might have to move from one view to the another view depending on some action or depending on some selection. Okay, so in such scenarios, how to achieve the navigation between views? Okay, here more important interview question is how to achieve the navigation between two different views. Then by creating an outbound plug and inbound plug for the views, we can achieve the navigation between views. Okay, abstract, this is answer, but if you want to be more specific, take by taking an example. Within a WebDynpro application, I have view 1 and view 2. Okay, so I to achieve the navigation from view 1 to view 2, here by you see this here in particular window, I have start view and subsequent view. Okay, so here by just looking at this diagram only. Okay, so when we have say view 1 as start view and view 2 as subsequent view. Okay, in such scenario, create an outbound plug for view 1, create an outbound plug for view 1, and create an inbound plug for view 2. Okay, here we are navigating from view 1 to view 2. Okay, we are exiting view 1 and we are entering into view 2. Okay, so exiting in the sense like out, we are going out of view 1 and we are going into view 2. Okay, so that is why we have to create outbound plug for view 1 and inbound plug for view 2. So wherever we are exiting or wherever we are going out, create outbound plug. To whatever view you are going in, create inbound plug. Okay, so that is the a thumb rule. Okay, from whatever the view you are going out, you create outbound plug. To whatever the view you are going in, create an inbound plug. Okay, so here to achieve the navigation between view 1 to view 2, create an outbound plug for view 1 and create an inbound plug for view 2, and establish a navigation link between outbound plug and inbound plug. Okay, establish a navigation link between outbound plug and inbound plug within a window, and then fire the outbound plug. Okay, fire the outbound plug. So you always remember, we always fire the outbound plug only, because currently the control is in view 1 and view 2 is not yet displayed. So outbound plug is created in view 1 from where we are exiting, so we will have to trigger an outbound plug. Okay, so that since outbound plug of view 1 and inbound plug of view 2 are established a link through navigation, so as and when you trigger an outbound plug, it will be navigated to inbound plug. Okay, so this is what the concept. Okay, so outbound plugs are always starting points for navigation. They are called in any method of the view controller using the following call. So like this, wd underscore this fire my outbound underscore plg. See here, my outbound is a plug name prefixed with fire underscore and post fixed with underscore PLG. Okay, so this is a kind of method generated by Web Dynpro ABAP framework. Whenever you create outbound plug or inbound plug, a method has been generated by Web Dynpro ABAP framework in the background. To access that method, anyway, we already know that this is the standard attribute WD underscore this. Okay, local controller instance. So using this instance, we can access the that controller method. Okay, so this is the syntax for accessing triggering an outbound plug. Okay, the attribute WD underscore this is always a self reference to the interface if underscore view name of the view controller. Each time you create an outbound plug for this view, a method is added to it. Okay, fire underscore prefixed with outbound plug name and underscore PLG is postfixed. Okay, so this is what triggering an outbound plug. Here you see inbound plug. Inbound plugs within a Web Dynpro window are always called directly using a previously created navigation link, which originates from an outbound plug. Okay, so inbound plug and outbound plug are established through a navigation link. So when you trigger an outbound plug, since they are established through navigation link, the corresponding inbound plug will be triggered. Okay, so when an inbound plug is called, an event handler method is called, which is uniquely assigned to this inbound plug. This method is automatically created in the view controller when the inbound plug is created. So as I mentioned, whenever you create outbound plug or inbound plug, a method will be created in the local controller. Okay, the method is listed in the methods tab. It is generally named handle my underscore inbound underscore plug. Okay, so now let us go to SAP screen and see how to achieve the navigation between views. Okay, right, till now in our examples, for every view we had created a separate window and then we had created a separate Web Dynpro application. From now onwards, we are not going to create more than one application. We will be having only one Web Dynpro application, and within the one Web Dynpro application we will have only one window, and within that window, I mean between Web Dynpro application and window there is only one-to-one relationship. So you will be having only one window and you can have multiple views. Okay, under one window you can embed multiple views, but only one view will be displayed at a time. Okay, only one view will be displayed at a time. So now let me do that. Okay, so let's say for example I am going to use this Web Dynpro application, okay, which I had already created it. I am just closing all of them. Okay, now come here. Okay, I think session has gone out. Okay, until we connect the session, let's talk about this. See here one more thing. Okay, in this session we will see what is outbound plugs and inbound plugs, navigation links, navigation between views, passing data between views. Okay, right, we have already discussed about outbound plugs and inbound plugs. Okay, now let me go into SAP system and then see. Go to SAT transaction code. Okay, now execute the Web Dynpro application. Yes, this is what the Web Dynpro application. Now what I'm going to do is I'll go to w underscore main. I'll see what view has been embedded, w underscore main. Okay, okay, so if I go to v underscore main, so this is the screen designed. Okay, now what I'm going to do is within the same view I'm going to create another transparent container. Okay, transparent container TCO navigate. transparent container, and now here I am going to place radio button group by index. Okay, so here I'm going to place before to that, let me create a context RBI navigate. Okay, cardinality should be 0 to n and click OK, and you can remove the navigation also, sorry, initialization lead selection, so that there is no default selection displayed. And under this context node I'll create a context attribute. Okay, navigate char 20. Now I'll create a, as we discussed in the last session, how to populate the values into radio button group by index node. Okay, populate RBI values. Okay, right, just open this method, uncomment this. Okay, now here I will populate the values. What is the context attribute name? Navigate. So copy it from here, go to methods. So here specify the, okay, right, now I have radio button view, I have drop down view. Okay, navigate to radio button view. Okay, right, append, sorry, now done. I'll create one more record like this. Okay, navigate to drop down view, Control S, activate it. Now if I go to layout, and now I'll select the matrix layout. Okay, and okay, transparent now here I'll place the drop down by radio button group by index. Insert element. Okay, radio button RBI navigate radio button group by index. Okay, now do the context binding, navigate. Okay, now create on action for this. Okay, I'll explain you later that. Now let me just activate it, and then let me just execute the Web Dynpro application. Now you see, navigate to radio button, navigate to drop down. Okay, now let me just increase the size of the char 40. And one more thing, let me go to layout. Now let me just create a group. Group, and let me just put this in under group. Okay, I'll specify the text for caption, navigation between views. Okay, now I'll create horizontal gutter, HGT 1 horizontal gutter. Okay, and just keep move up. Okay, now select it as large. Okay, now done. Now let me just activate it. Let me just open the application and now see. Okay, so now navigation between views, I'm just going to do it now. So when I select, my expected behavior here is when I select navigate to radio button, currently this is the view being displayed when I execute the Web Dynpro ABAP application. But now, being in the same Web Dynpro application, I would like to navigate from current view to another view. Okay, so here I say navigate to radio button view. When I, as soon as I select the navigate to radio button, so I should be able to navigate from current view to radio button related view. If I select navigate to drop down view, then I should be able to navigate from current view to drop down related view. So how to achieve that? So as I am expecting, as soon as I select this radio button, I should navigate to another view. So I have to create on action for this radio button selection. Okay, on action for radio button selection. Okay, so this is the radio button group by index. So I have to create a on action for this on select. On select. Okay, right. Navigate on RBI select. Select. Okay, so click on transfer event parameters, click OK. So method will be created. So here this is the method. Now here I have to write the code. Now okay, fine. Now we know that where to write the code also, but now we have to understand how to achieve the navigation between views. Okay, the first thing what I'm trying to do here is I have the required design in v underscore main view, two radio buttons displayed here. If you see in the application, this is v underscore main view. I have two radio buttons. As soon as I select navigate to radio button view, I am expecting it to navigate to v underscore radio button view. Okay, so it means this screen design should be displayed. Now if you say navigate to drop down view, I am expecting it should be navigated to v underscore drop down view. Okay, so here what I will do, I'll just create page header. Okay, so that page header, just keep moving up to first position. Okay, okay, now just select the page one and enter the title. This is drop down view. Okay, right. Now similarly for radio button also, I'll specify the page header. So I'll say go to first position. Okay, and for this I'll say matrix head data. Okay, this one I'll say this is radio button group view. Okay, now fine. Now activate it. Activate all of them. Okay, now fine. Now the first thing is, first step to achieve the navigation between views, the first thing is make sure all the required views are embedded in a window or not. Make sure all the views are embedded in a window or not. But currently see, first let me just go from top to bottom. So this is the Web Dynpro application which I am going to test. So under this Web Dynpro application, I have a interface view w underscore main. Okay, so now this is the, under this window we are trying to navigate from one view to the another view. So something like this. So now I should make sure that under w underscore main window all the required views are embedded or not. No, only v underscore main view is embedded. So I have to embed the other two views also. Click on embed, right click on w underscore main window and select embed view. Select the required views. Okay, let's say v underscore drop down. And similarly embed the another view also, v underscore radio button. Okay, fine. Now save it and activate it. Now see, although you embed multiple views in a window, only one view will be active at a time and one view will be defaulted at a time. The view which is defaulted, that will be displayed when Web Dynpro application is executed. See, this is the default property and this is checked. For remaining all unchecked, you see, remaining all unchecked. Okay, so the one which is defaulted, that will be displayed when Web Dynpro ABAP application is executed. Okay, right, activate it. So this is the first step that we have done. Make sure all the required views are embedded in a window or not. Now the first question. Now the second step. So here in our scenario, v underscore main is the, we are going out from v underscore main, we are going into v underscore radio button and v underscore drop down. Okay, when we have this radio button selected, we are going to radio button view, and when this radio button is selected, we are going to drop down view. So it means we are going out of current view, we are going out from current view, and we are going into two different views. This is not possible at a time because you can select only one radio button at a time. So that is why you will either you can navigate to radio button or you can navigate to drop down at a time, but we will have to establish a logical navigation. Okay, so now I have to create outbound plug for this. Since I am exiting from v underscore main, I have to create a outbound plug for v underscore main. Okay, out main, out main. Okay, fine. Okay, now we are going into v underscore drop down. Okay, now create an inbound plug for this, in drop down. Okay, right. Now similarly v underscore radio button also, save it. We have to create in underscore radio button. Okay, so this is inbound plug. So activate all of them. Now if you go to window, you will get to see all the plugs created. Okay, now you see v underscore main, you see all the plugs has been created. Now the second step has been completed. Okay, to achieve the navigation between views, there are certain steps to be followed. So the first step is to make sure all the required views are embedded in a window. Make sure all the required views are embedded in a window. We have embedded all the views. Second step is make sure the required plugs are created or not. Okay, if it is, if we are going out from one view, so we will have to create an outbound plug. If we are going into some view, so the view to where we are going into, we will have to create an inbound plug. Okay, so here you will see all the inbound plugs and outbound plugs that we had created. So now we will have to do the third step is establish a navigation link between outbound plug and inbound plug. Establish a navigation link between outbound plug and inbound plug. See now. So to how to establish a navigation link, just do drag and drop. Just to do drag and drop. Okay. See this. See this. Okay. So just let me show you once again. What you have to do is just do drag and drop. Just do drag and drop. Right now you'll get, see, this is choose destination for navigation. This is the component, this is the view, and this is the out underscore main is the plug. Destination view is the v underscore drop down. So from v underscore main to v underscore drop down I am navigating. Inbound plug is in underscore drop down. Okay, click OK. Yes, now you see navigation has been created. Okay, this is the navigation link. You see it shows navigation link. It shows navigation link. So here, since we have two targets from one view, so it is better you create two outbound plugs. Okay, just to avoid the confusion, better you create two outbound plugs. Okay, one source, two outbound, two outs. Okay, two targets. Makes let's say out underscore main 1 and out underscore main 2. Okay, save it and go to w underscore main. Since you have renamed it, you have to do the linking once again. This is obsolete. So now I will do the linking one navigation link once again. So let's say in underscore drop down to out underscore main 1. Okay, click OK. Now from this to this, see here navigation link has been established. This is navigation link. So now from radio button inbound plug to v underscore main outbound plug 2. See this is the component, this is the view, and this is the destination view radio button, and outbound plug is out underscore main 2, inbound plug is this. Click OK. Now you see out underscore main 1 is established a navigation link with in underscore drop down. Out underscore main 2 is established a navigation link with in underscore radio button. Okay, so one source, two targets. So that is why we have created two outbound plugs and one inbound plug each for v underscore drop down and v underscore radio button. Okay, now the third step has been done. Now the final step, fourth step. Okay, v underscore main. So from here we should know what radio button has been selected. Okay, in the last session we had discussed how to read the selected radio button value. Okay, how to read this selected radio button value. So where should we read that? Okay, where we have to write the required code on action of this radio button selection. Where is that? Here it is. This is the radio button group by index. So on select of this radio button group by index, I have to write the code on select. So here go to here and go to change mode. Here we should read the context attribute to understand what radio button has been selected. Okay, now go to Web Dynpro code wizard, read context. Now this is the context attribute. So click on it, click OK. Code has been generated. Now you see get attribute. Okay, now case lv underscore navigate. Okay, case lv underscore navigate. Okay, end case. Okay, end case. Now if okay, now let me just go to context, and what is the values populated. Okay, I have to take these values. Okay, control C and go to method, on action navigate, on select. Yes, now here I have to write the when statement. When this, when. Okay, and let me go to same method again, populate RBI values. Now select this. So control C, method list, first one. Now when this. Okay, now done. Okay, now the fourth step, we are in fourth step now. Okay, anyway I'll keep a breakpoint here. Now let me execute the Web Dynpro application. Okay, now I have not yet completed the fourth step. Okay, now let me select this radio button first. Okay, when I select this radio button, it should navigate from this view to the another radio button view. Okay, so since I have not completed the fourth step, it will not be navigated, but it will go to the debugging. See now, if I select this LV underscore navigate, which radio button I have selected? I have selected navigate to radio button view. So it is giving me LV underscore navigate to radio button view. So I have a case statement now. Since I have selected this radio button, now I should trigger the outbound plug which is establish a navigation link to radio button view. Okay, now let me just go to Web Dynpro component, go to W underscore main. So now let me show you. See, this is the outbound plug 1, this is the outbound plug 2. See here, which radio button I have selected? Navigate to radio button view. So what I am expecting here, so since I have selected this radio button, it should navigate to radio button view. So how it will navigate to radio button view? Depending on the navigation link. See, here it is. So here navigation link is established between out underscore main to outbound plug of v underscore main, inbound plug of in underscore radio button. Now I should fire out underscore main to from v underscore main. Okay, I should trigger this outbound plug. I should fire this outbound plug. Okay, okay. Now this is the code which I have to write it here under this when statement. Okay, now press F8. So let me go to the code w underscore v underscore main, go to methods, go to this method on action. Now here I have to write the required code. How to trigger an outbound plug? Here you don't have to write any code. Again, you can take the help of Web Dynpro code wizard. Go here, go to general, start navigation, select this radio button and click F4 here. You will see out underscore main. All the outbound plugs are displayed here. So which one is established a navigation link with radio button inbound plug? Out underscore main 2 is established a navigation link with inbound plug of radio button. So I have to trigger this out underscore main 2 outbound plug. Select this. Now click OK. Code will be generated. See, code is generated. Code is generated. This code is similar to what is given by SAP. See, WD this fire underscore, this is the plug name underscore plug. See this, WD this fire underscore, my plug name is out underscore main to underscore PLG. Okay, so code has been generated. You don't have to write any code. Okay, so now, so since I am left with only one outbound plug, so I have to now trigger out underscore main 1. Okay, go to Web Dynpro code wizard. Now here select the first outbound plug. Okay, now click OK. Now code has been generated. Now this is the fourth step. Fourth step has been completed. So these are four steps which needs to be done to achieve the navigation between views. Okay, to achieve the navigation between views. Now let me execute the Web Dynpro application. Now you will see the navigation will happen. Okay, now I am selecting this navigate to radio button view. It will go to debugging. Okay, now press F6. Now you see what is LV underscore navigate navigate to radio button view. Okay, since I have fired the outbound plug, it will navigate to radio button view. Now I am pressing F6 again. Now press F8. It has been triggered. So just press F8. Okay, one second. Let me just check. Okay, why? The reason was W underscore main window is not activated. Just see, this is not activated. This is inactive only. Okay, this is inactive only. So activate it. Better, it is best practice is to select the Web Dynpro component and activate the entire Web Dynpro component, so that if any inactivated objects are there, they will be activated. Now you see w underscore main is activated. If something is not activated, that will be displayed in blue color. Okay, now you should be able to do that. Okay, let me just remove the debugging. Okay, go to v underscore main, or let it be there the debugging, and let me just refresh this Web Dynpro application and select this navigate to radio button view. It will go to debugging. Now just press F8, simple. Now you see this is radio button group view. So now you don't see the main view. Complete view, main view has been replaced with radio button group view. Okay, so this is what navigating from one view to the another view. Now let me just refresh again, so that it will be displayed with the first view, the default view, which is made as default, that will be displayed when Web Dynpro ABAP application has been executed. Okay, if you press F5 in the sense like you are just refreshing the Web Dynpro application, so it means it is equivalent to launching a Web Dynpro ABAP application once again. So now this time I will choose navigate to drop down view. I will choose the second radio button, navigate to drop down view. This time it should navigate to drop down view. You see it will go to debugging again. Now press F8. Now this time if you see this, navigate to drop down value. Press F8. Okay. Now just remove the debugging. Press F8. Now you see this is drop down view. Okay. This time drop down view has been replaced with this. This is replaced. Okay, so now again if you refresh it, the default view will be displayed. So this is what navigation between views. So now this we can say forward navigation. So forward navigation can be done to any number of views. Now what I will do, from radio button view I would like to navigate to drop down view. Instead of refreshing the application again and again, what I will do, I will first navigate to radio button view, and from radio button to then drop down. So now let's do one thing. Okay, now here I'll create a button called navigate to drop down view. I can place button navigate. Okay, so I'll say matrix set data. Here I'll specify the text navigate to drop down view. Okay, since it is a button, I have to create an on action. If I have to perform any action, navigate to DDK. Okay, navigate to DDK. Okay, click OK. Right, now fine. Now let me just execute the Web Dynpro application and show you. Now here what I will do, I'll select this navigate to drop radio button view, and it will go to debugging. Let me remove the debugging, save it and activate it. Now just remove this also, save it and activate it. Now you see this is radio button group view. So but here, instead of refreshing this Web Dynpro application to select another radio button, here I have given a provision to navigate from radio button group view to the drop down view directly. So here by clicking on navigate to drop down view, I'm expecting it should navigate to drop down view. So now again, currently till now we have done navigation from view 1 to view 2, but now here again navigating from view 2 to view 3. Okay, so now how to do this? Same steps to be done again. We have to make sure whenever we are trying to do the navigation with these 4 steps to be followed, make sure the required views are embedded in a window. Okay, the first thing. Okay, all views are embedded. Right, first step is done. Now second step, create an outbound plug for exit view. Okay, create an inbound plug for entry view. Okay, so here now in this scenario, v underscore radio button will be the exit view. So I have to create an outbound plug. RBG radio button group. Okay, fine. Save. Now v underscore drop down is inbound. So entering. So I have inbound plugs. We don't create more than one inbound plug in a traditional way, because outbound plugs would be required more than one, but inbound plugs are not required anyway. Okay, so anyway we have inbound plug, so that should be enough. Save. And now go to w underscore main. Now here the third step is to establish a navigation link between outbound plug and inbound plug. Now you see, you can just do drag and drop. So drag and drop to the this outbound plug. Okay, right. Now you see navigation link has been established. So we are navigating from v underscore radio button to drop down. Now the fourth step is to establish an sorry, one second. Okay, now let me just go to v underscore radio button and create the write the required code in this on action. Okay, just go here. Now here we have to write the required code. Now just go to Web Dynpro code wizard, go to general, here select the outbound plug, out underscore RBG. Okay, here code has been generated. Now control save, control S, activate it. Okay, now better practice is to activate the entire Web Dynpro component so that all the objects will be activated, all the controllers will be activated. Okay, now done. Now let me just refresh the Web Dynpro application and achieve the entire navigation. See, first I'm selecting this radio button, it went to radio button view. From here I'm clicking on navigate to drop down view. Now see, so view 1 to view 2, from view 2 to view 3. Okay, so like this. Now we will go in a reverse approach, reverse navigation. Until now we have done the forward navigation, view 1 to view 2, view 2 to view 3. Now we will see reverse navigation, view 3 to view 2, view 2 to view 1, how to achieve that. Okay, same concept, but thing is, again, whenever we want to perform navigation, make sure all the views are embedded. Yes, all the views are embedded. And the next second step is create the outbound plug for exiting view and create an inbound plug for entry view. So now in this scenario, we are since we are executing the reverse navigation, I would like to navigate from drop down to radio button. Okay, drop down to radio button. So I should have some button created. So let me enhance the screen, v underscore drop down. Okay, I'll create a button here, insert element, button, navigate, button. Okay, I would say matrix head data. I would specify the text here, back to, okay, navigate back to radio button view. Okay, navigate back to radio button view. So to perform a user action, I should create an on action for this, navigate back. Okay, navigate back. Okay, click OK. Now fine. Now I should create an outbound plug. Since I am exiting the v underscore drop down, I should create an outbound plug, out underscore dd. Okay, out underscore dd. Okay, now what is the entry view? V underscore radio button is the entry view. So I should have inbound plug. I have inbound plug already. Now, okay, let me achieve this. Okay, now second step has been done. Now the third step is establish a navigation link. Go to window, between v underscore drop down and v underscore radio button. Okay, so this is the inbound plug and this is the outbound plug. So you can just do drag and drop, that's all. Otherwise you can just do the drag and drop from outbound plug to inbound plug also. But anyway, navigation link will be established only at the outbound plug only. Either way you can do drag and drop from outbound plug to inbound plug or from inbound plug to outbound plug, but any whatever you do, but navigation link will be established only to the outbound plug only. So now this is done. Now the third step is done. Now the fourth step is to trigger an outbound plug, fire an outbound plug. Upon clicking this button, I have to write the code to trigger an outbound plug. Okay, here I have to write the code. Here F4 out underscore DD. Okay, now code has been generated. Delete, save it, and activate the entire Web Dynpro component. Okay, fine. Now execute the Web Dynpro application. Refresh it. Now forward navigation. Activate it. Sorry, press F8. So till here forward navigation. Now when I'm clicking on navigate back to radio button view, this is reverse navigation. See, yes, now I'm back to radio button view. Here again, if I want to navigate from radio button to main view, again I will create another button here. So I should enhance the screen. So now I will go to v underscore radio button and I will place another button called navigate back to main view. Okay, button navigate back button. I'll specify the text navigate back to main view, and since it is a button, I have to create an on action for this. Okay, I can create on action for this. Navigate back. Okay, click OK. Now in this scenario, see once again looking at the application, now radio button group view is the exiting view and main view is the entry view. So now the second step is to make sure the exiting view has outbound plug created. Okay, so since I have already used this outbound plug, I will create another outbound plug rbg1. I will create another outbound plug. Okay, and inbound plug for v underscore main, inbound plug for entry view. Okay, in underscore main. Okay, now the third step is to establish a navigation link. Go to window. Now here between v underscore main and v underscore radio button. Okay, now do drag and drop inbound plug to outbound plug out underscore rbg1. Okay, here you will have a little confusion when you have more than 10 views or more than 5 views. So when you have more number of plugs, then you it creates some confusion. But this is what the important concept, where you will have to be careful while doing the while establishing a navigation link. Okay, so by doing practice or by experience, you will get this, from which outbound plug to which inbound plug you will have to navigate, and you will have to create a navigation link. Okay, so third step is done, establish a navigation link. Now the last step is to trigger a outbound plug from exit view. Okay, now upon clicking this button, I have to trigger a outbound plug. I have to fire the outbound plug. So come here I will have to write the code. Web Dynpro code wizard, F4, fire this outbound plug. Okay, save it and activate it. Now see, these are still inactivated. Okay, now so best practice is to select the Web Dynpro component and activate it. So all the sub objects, all other controllers will be activated. Now execute the Web Dynpro application again. Now see the complete round trip, forward navigation and reverse navigation, complete round trip. Now we will see, select the navigate to radio button view and select the navigate to drop down view. Okay, just remove the debugging, press F8. Now you see drop down. Now reverse navigation, navigate back to radio button view, navigate back to main view. See, we are navigated. So complete forward navigation and reverse navigation has been done. Okay, so this is what navigation between views. Now the last topic is to how to pass the data between two different views. Okay, how to pass the data between two different views. Now let me explain you using the plugs only again. Okay, let's take this example. Okay, if you look at the inbound plugs will not carry any data. You are just triggering the outbound plug only. So for outbound plugs you can create parameters. So this is most important interview question is, to which plugs you can carry the data, using which plug you can carry the data. Using outbound plugs we can carry the data from one view to the another view. Okay, now the another important entry question is, can you create a exporting parameter for outbound plug? The answer is no. This is SAP certification question also. Can you create a exporting parameter for outbound plug? The answer is no. You can create only importing parameter for outbound plug. You cannot create exporting parameter for outbound plug. Okay, now let's say for example, when I'm navigating from v underscore main to uh, v underscore radio button, I would like to pass some data. Okay, importing im and iv underscore data optional associated type char 40. Okay, so char 40. So for which, here see importing parameter from out underscore main one. Okay, fine, save it. Now if you just go to w underscore main, you can see to which inbound plug out underscore main one is. See, out underscore main one is created a link with in underscore drop down. Okay, now if you just go to in and v underscore drop down in the inbound plug, you see this in underscore drop down. If you open this method, okay, save it and just activate the entire Web Dynpro component. We will have to obligatory parameter data had. Okay, this is made as obligatory parameter. Okay, now let me just make it as optional. Go to outbound plugs, out underscore main, make it as optional, save it. Okay, now let me just uh, okay, let me pass the parameter also. Methods on action, navigate on RBI select. So here when I trigger the out underscore main one, here you can just remove the code and generate the code again. Web Dynpro code wizard, start navigation F4, out underscore main one. Here you will get the exporting parameter also. See here. Okay, so here you can pass LV underscore navigate. Okay, here you can pass LV underscore navigate. Control F2, pretty printer. Now activate it. Now what I will do, I'll go to v underscore drop down and I'll go to here handle and drop down. here you'll see you can keep a breakpoint. Okay, here you choose this, or here keep a cursor here and just here adjust parameters. If you say adjust parameters, here you don't see any parameter here, but if you just click on adjust parameters, see this. Okay, anyway, you can just activate it. Now let me just keep a breakpoint here. Now let me just execute the Web Dynpro application. Now select this navigate to drop down view. Okay, now it has come to debugging. Here you will see IV underscore data. Okay, okay, let me just execute it. Let me just go to v underscore main and let me keep a breakpoint here. Okay, let me just do once again. Okay, remove the navigation, delete it. Yes, and now create a navigation link again. Yes. Okay, now save it and activate it. Select the entire Web Dynpro component and activate it. Okay, now if you go to v underscore drop down and methods, handle underscore drop down. Okay, now let me just see, and let me just keep a breakpoint here. Let me refresh this. Select this navigate to drop down view radio button and just go to debugging. ILV underscore navigate I'm passing here. Okay, now press F5. Okay, now F6, F7. Okay, now press F8. Now here let's see IV underscore data. Okay, let me just press F8. See here it has to come, but v underscore drop down, just select this actions, inbound plug. Okay, just do this and okay, method check, plug list, go to methods here, adjust parameters, cannot be executed, save and activate it. Okay, 1 second, let me just check. We will have to create same similar parameter here also. Let me just do IV underscore data char 40. Okay, so what parameter that we have created in the inbound plug, outbound plug of the exit view, the same parameter we will have to create in the inbound plug also. Okay, let me just show you. V underscore main outbound plugs IV underscore data, and in the inbound plug also it should be the same name. In the methods handle in drop down, so I have to specify the same parameter name and same length, otherwise it will give a dump if it is a length mismatch. Okay, so now let me just activate it. Now here just to make sure the data is coming or not. Okay, I will just display some message, generate message, F4. Okay, what I will do in the layout, I will create some text view, insert element, TXV, text view, matrix head data, and I'll create some context attribute, text char 40, bind this context attribute to this text view. Okay, text, and now go to methods. Here set context, this. Okay, here I'll pass set, here I'm calling the method set attribute to set the specific attribute value. So here what I will do, iv underscore data, just to make sure whether the data is coming or not correctly into this target view. So I have just placed this. Now let me just refresh the application. Now let me select this radio button, and now it will go to the debugging. Okay, here I am passing lv underscore navigate as navigate to drop down view. Now press F8. Okay, here you see navigate to drop down view. Okay, so it means the we are passing the value from source view to the target view. So this is how we can pass the data from one view to the another view, passing data between views. Okay, so similarly you can pass internal table data also in the outbound plugs. Here in the associated type you will have to specify the table type. Okay, so mara underscore tt. So this is a table type. If you just look at it here, this is table type. So by specifying the table type as associated type, you can pass the internal table data also. Okay, you can create more than one parameter also. So like this you can carry the data from one view to the another view with the help of outbound plugs importing parameters. Okay, type mismatch, so that is why it has given error. So I'll just revert back to rename, activate it. Now it will be activated. Okay, so this is what navigation between views. Okay, thank you, bye.